With the 4th overall pick, the Seattle Seahawks select from UCLA defensive back Kenny Easley. A friend of mine, we played high school football together, Lawrence Taylor and I. And so I called Lawrence and said, "Hey man, congratulations." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You're next." Well, I said, "Yeah, somewhere next, but hopefully not next. And one of my friends said, "Hey, they're writing your name on the board." And I said, "No, you made a mistake." And I was very, very disappointed. First and foremost, the Seahawks, out of the 10 teams that had the first 10 picks in the draft, I worked out for 8 of those 10 teams. The only team that I didn't work out for were the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. I was just really surprised that, they took me. So I was expecting to get a call from San Francisco. I mean, I literally didn't know anything about the Seahawks. I had never seen the Seahawks play. And so Jack comes on and he says, "Kenny Easley, it's Jack Patera, want to congratulate you on being our #1 pick." I said, "Okay." I wasn't happy, and I didn't try to hide the fact that I wasn't happy about that. So we fly up, get on a flight to Seattle, and when we taxi into the gate, the pilot comes over the loudspeaker and said, "We must have a celebrity on board the plane here today," he said, "because the place is full of people waiting for whoever is getting off of this flight." And I wasn't even thinking that this was about me. And get off the plane and walk through the door, and all these people just started yelling and screaming and hollering. And I said, "Well, that's interesting." I remember going back to Los Angeles and talking to some press people there. And one of the press people I talked to there was a guy named Jim Hill. And Jim said some things to me that day that changed my trajectory. And the thing that he said that was most prevalent was that this is what you've wanted to do all your life. Go up there and do it. And do it to the best of your ability. Give them the same effort you gave UCLA, and I guarantee you will be glad you did it. I said, he's right. I mean, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. And so I told Lee, I said, "Look, we're going to go to Seattle. So go ahead, talk to them, start working on the contract, and I'll get my head fully around this thing, and I'll go back up there and do what I do in football." I'm 60 years old now. When I was 20 years old, I was a mean mother. I mean, I didn't talk much. I knew I was good. Once I learned how to play strong safety, I knew I was the best strong safety in the National Football League.
Well, I'm vicious, no doubt about it. I play the game in a vicious manner. I'm not out there to hurt anyone.
I hit with intentions of reducing that player over the course of the game. My style was an enforcer type style, where I was going to enforce my will on you, and there wasn't anything you could do about it. There was a point we won 8 in a row. John Harris came to me in the locker room, and I remember him saying something to the effect that I had 10 interceptions. And I didn't know I had 10 interceptions. I was just having fun. I honestly did not know I had 10 interceptions. It just got to the point that very early on, you learn that you can't make calls because you can't hear. 2, we cover 2. Actually, 3 is cover 3. And we're going to double team a guy. You had to come up with different signs for what we were doing in the secondary. because it was no way we could hear. It was just so loud on every play. And that's winning or losing. That's how excited these people were about their football team. And when I said in my Hall of Fame speech, the greatest football fans in the history of the National Football League, I meant that. And they are. They were, and they still are. We were just having fun. You know, Jacob, Joe, Jeff were doing what they do, put pressure on the quarterback, chase him out of the pocket, cause him to throw errant passes downfield that we intercepted. And when you got a D-line doing that, that make a lot of good things happen in the secondary. We were proud, very proud of that 84 team, and particularly the defense on that 84 team. It gives me an inner pride that we were the catalyst of the early success of the Seahawks. On defense, we were good enough to have a 58 takeaway season with 32 interceptions. We still hold team records. John Harris had 10 interceptions. I had 10, which is still tied for the interception record. We had a game where we had 6 interceptions in the game, and we ran 4 of them back for touchdowns. That's still the NFL record. So somebody had to set the table for the team's success. And I strongly believe that the teams, the squads that we played on in the 80s set the table for the eventual success that the Seahawks enjoyed in the 90s and the 2000s.